So your players are approaching a probable combat scenario, but you want them to understand that there are non-violent methods to handle the situation. A puzzle, items, environment, etc. How do you encourage them to think outside the box without being too direct or obvious about it? I think that the way that I would want to signal it, there'd be a few different ways. Let's say 3 different ways I can think of. One, if you really have thought about it ahead of time, I think that if the party were to discover like discarded notes, or like a discarded, page from a journal or something, instructions given from a commander to a lieutenant type of thing that mention strategy, that mention not as a direct, like here's what we did, even though you could do that depending on how much help your party needs to think that way. But mentioning their strategy, mentioning what worked or that we tried this and it didn't, but whatever some other guy's idea works. So you could plant clues in drops like that, or in found loot. I think that you could also see 2 different factions fighting. You could see a monster fighting someone else, and you could see one side or the other succeed using a particular tactic. That kind of stinks. It's tough because you're sort of describing it. I think maybe a slightly better way is to create a situation where the party gets to sort of observe what they're going to be fighting safely, observe it and see how it acts safely. I think sometimes my instinct certainly is to, or the impulse I have is that, like, the first time you see a creature is when you have to fight a creature. But I think a lot of games, video games in particular, there's a really good example in Portal. I think Little Nightmares does this really well too, and games kind of like that. It doesn't take anything at all away to create basically a safe period of time when the party can observe their enemy, can observe the monster, and see what its tendencies are, see what its patterns are, see what it likes and doesn't like. That's how they build a strategy. They have to have some time to build that up. Hey, Tess. So those would be my approaches. Like I said, with the Portal example I'm thinking of is the first time that you encounter a turret in that game is you see it firing on something, but it's behind glass. Like there's no way for it to hurt you. And then the next time that you encounter it, you literally come up behind it, which teaches you that, like, you literally can't proceed without moving the turret. You have to pick it up and move it out of the way. So now they've taught you that you can pick them up and move them. And then it just kind of progresses from there. And I think I've been wanting to model a monster encounter off of that for a while. That's an example of what I want to do with the R&D streams and the footage that I have from all of that. So hopefully soon. Before the heat death of the universe, that's what we say, right? Looks awesome. Thank you, Tess. Crane will not be stopped. He says, I heard you talking. Now I require love. He just had a lot of thoughts on your questions too, Shweenz. He wanted to make sure he got them in. Cats. Hey, what's up, Austin? When do I sleep? It's a constant battle. Trust me. I definitely sleep less than most people, I think. But all I can say is it's definitely a challenge. Like, scheduling time, having, how I think of it at least, is having 2 jobs and certainly a family and stuff. Like, it's, yeah, I've been an avatar for most of the time that I've been on stream. I've been a bot, but it's constant push and pull and finding a good rhythm. It helps that I'm lucky. I'm able to work from home a lot, which helps. But is your ego satisfied? Can you be at peace? No. Crane's favorite thing to do now when I put him down is topple my trash can. So I have to, like, watch him because he's like, oh, okay. You're done with me, huh? Yeah. Go. That's true. Yeah, she's. I come down here because she's tired of listening to me talk about D&D. No, she's like, would you just go like stream online? Of course.